I'm not going to get in shape.
I know.
You know why?
Why?
I love my wife.
That's right.
You see a couple.
Everyone loves your wife.
You see a couple, and like one of them's getting really like committed to working out.
Uh-huh.
They're getting ready to leave.
Got
They're
it.
getting ready to see their options. I'm not doing that to her. I want when people see me with my shirt off at the beach, they're like, that fool's in love.
Lift off. The clock has started.
Hey, Hesbos. Welcome to Hesby Street. Do us a favor, like and subscribe wherever. Leave a review wherever you're listening to podcasts. That helps us. Check us out on Patreon. Bonus episode every Friday. Patreon.com/Hesby Street. Also, I've got a bunch of tour dates up at HesbyStreetPod.com or my website, TorioVanGrol.com. I'll be here in LA February 18th.
Not a tour date.
February 24th, I'll be in Cleveland at the B-Side Lounge. The 25th, the Crowfoot Ballroom in Detroit. March 23rd, Seattle, the Hereafter. 24th in Portland, Siren Theater. 25th, Vancouver, Canada at the Laugh Track. April 16th, Punchline in Philadelphia. The 19th, the Comedy Loft in Washington, D.C. May 2nd, I'll be with Zack Chapaloni at the San Francisco Punchline. May 5th and 6th, Minneapolis at Sisyphus. June 9th, Comedy at the Carlson in Rochester. June 15th, Punchline Sacramento. All those dates and more, including some of Zack's, HesbyStreetPod.com. Anything you want to add to this intro, bud? You're a little sad?
Just live with love.
You a little under the weather?
Live in love.
And laugh. Live, laugh, love. This is going to be a rough one, isn't it? Let's just start it. What's up, man? You got some pain behind those eyes? You checking out your hands?
I got one cracked knuckle, and I don't. Why one?
What do you mean cracked?
It's like
the
skin's cracked. Everything else is fine.
It's just a little psoriasis or eczema on your knuckle.
Great.
You're getting old, man.
I woke up with like my voice just like shot,
It's sultry. It's good.
and it's the only time that I had like a in-person audition for like $7,000 at least.
Yeah, but the voice might be good.
No, but I'm playing like nervous guy eager to please at work.
Oh, now
this
now
is the opposite
this is like
voice of that
sexy
guy.
jazz voice.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, oh no, I hope everyone likes me because they fucking understand what cool means. And they're like, let's try something a little different. I was like, you don't fucking know, dude. Listen to this voice. I got the part. And he was like, no, you didn't. And I was like,
I did.
Listen to my voice.
So you think it went bad?
I think it went bad.
And
dude.
now you're. I kind of came over today, and you're just kind of moping on the couch,
I just,
being sad.
I
sorry,
felt like
man.
that part was built for me, but it was built for me with my normal voice, the voice of like a pussy ass bitch, you know?
You know, everything happens for a reason.
It doesn't.
Oh, is that not true? Mm-mm. I thought for sure that was true. Oh, so all this suffering's for no reason?
No, every reason exists because some fucked up shit happened.
God damn.
That's
It's
people-
reason's fault.
Reasons are just.
I don't like seeing you like this, man. Because it's like, you're the big brother, I'm the little brother. That's how we grew up.
Yeah.
That's the energy we have.
Yep.
So when you're not doing well, I'm a mess.
Right. You need me to be like, come on, man. We'll play one-on-one on my little basketball hoop that's on my door.
Yeah.
You know, and I
yeah, I've got to go hang out with the real kids later, but I'm going to spend a little time with you first,
With my
bud,
bro,
and tell you how
yeah.
it's okay.
yeah.
But it's not okay is what you're saying.
And you ask to borrow my baseball glove, and I say no, and you're like, cool.
But I take it. And I
Yeah.
know it's going to get me beat up later,
Yeah.
but I want it.
And I put my cap on your head, and I rub your head a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
And you go, gee, thanks.
Yeah, I say gee thanks a lot to you.
Yeah.
Gee thanks, Zach.
Yeah. And I
Dude,
go,
your voice is kind of tripping me out.
It's fucked me up today.
Have you had like a hot beverage?
Yeah.
Some soup?
Probably gonna do some more hot bevs.
Oh, I can't wait. I love a hot bev. I might
Probably not
stick
gonna go
around.
do stand up tonight.
You're not going to go?
I don't think so.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
So the people are going to suffer too.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like clear my nasal passage into the microphone. I'll try to.
I've been clearing my nasal passage for the last 6 weeks. I've been doing neti pot, Flonase. None of it helps, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm on antibiotics right now. Failed.
I saw this thing they do in India where they like take like a piece of string or rope and they put it up their nose and pull it out their mouth and they kind of like floss their sinus.
No, that's not it.
And I used to go
That can only infect it, right?
I used to go like, that's terrible.
And now it's all you want to do.
Now I'm like, man, that would get it.
That would get it.
That would clear that spot out, whatever's back in my skull. Oh. Yeah, there's a disease going around in LA. It's called the Pfizer vaccine.
Oh, thank God I had Moderna.
Oh, yeah. No, that one's good. I did get the best compliment ever.
What would you get?
You know, like we feel like older.
We do feel old.
You know, like if you and I walked like by a nightclub, we'd be like, sorry, I'm walking by this place right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have full on passing through energy.
Yeah, like the bouncer, if we tried to go there, would be like, where do you think you are?
Yeah. The bouncer would be like, you can't make a scene if you're picking up your daughter in there.
Text her to come out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I walk home from Magic Castle in my suit.
Oh, that's right.
I was looking good. Walk by this nightclub, and a ton of people. I'm a little stoned.
You're having fun with magic.
I'm
Gotta be a
drunk.
little stoned, a little buzzed.
So I'm walking home.
I love how you're like, I don't know my voice is like this.
I know.
I did walk around stoned and drunk
and
2
hung
nights
out in
ago.
front of a nightclub for a second. So I walk by this nightclub, and this like young hot girl turns to me, and she goes, "Where's the afters?" And I was like, "Thanks." You didn't have to say that, but you did. And I feel young. Not only do I feel young, I feel like I know where the afters are.
What time is it at this point?
Probably like 1.
Yeah, the bars are winding down.
Maybe last call.
Yeah.
So she could have been desperate. She could have been like, this guy's wearing a suit.
He'll know. He'll want
His
to
night-
take me somewhere.
His night might have a couple hours
Good
left.
looking man, dude. And when you have the suit on,
The power of a suit.
yeah.
The
How's the
power-
Magic Castle though? That's
Magic
what we
Castle
really
was
wanna know.
really cool. I think they hypnotized my friend, which
No
was
way.
very
Did he snap out of it,
disturbing.
or is he different now?
Well, so that's what he said. He said, I think I'm different now. But basically,
It's like Office Space.
I don't get what happened, but he went in a little bit earlier than me, and he said they just like invited a couple people in. He went in with Kaylee, and the magician asked them a few questions, like, what kind of fruit do you like, da-da-da, and just talk to them for a
Fruit?
sec. Yeah, and I think she said like pineapple or something. And then he was like, all right, great. Like, thanks so much, you guys. And they left. And Jesse's convinced that that was how he either figured out he can be hypnotized or started to hypnotize him. But then I went in. Then they opened the doors to everyone. So all of us filled in and sat.
You're just in a room, like a bar, a lounge.
It's
What are
kind
we
of like a
doing?
little black box theater. So the whole
Okay.
Magic Castle is like 20 of these little
So
theaters.
you're in like theater seating.
seats.
Okay.
Yeah, and it kind of goes up a little bit. But it's not huge. It's not a big
Right.
room. And so we're sitting there, and he goes, this guy, by the way, this magician, he was the greatest act I saw all night. And there were some really good ones. But his intro, when they introduced him and brought him out, they said he stumped Penn and Teller on Stump Penn. They couldn't figure out his trick. And he looked like in his late 20s, maybe mid-20s. Handsome guy, kind of Chris Angel, like Asian Chris Angel vibe, kind of emo hair a little bit, big cross earring. So he comes out, and he goes, who has a strong intuition? Does anyone feel like they have a strong intuition? And, of course, Jesse raises his hand. Very, self-confident. Although he swears at this point, I don't even remember being asked that question. But Jesse and one other guy raised their hands. And then he goes, why don't you guys come on up? And they stand facing the crowd. And he stands behind them. He goes, all right, close your eyes. And when you feel me touch a side of your body, raise your arm up. So he raises his left arm. When he touches it, and he goes, just for demonstration. He touches him on the right. He raises his right. He does it to the other guy. And he goes, and just put your arm down when you're done. You know what I mean? After you feel it, you could just drop it. And so he goes, okay, we ready? And then he just stands a full 2 feet behind both of them. And he raises his arms, and they're perfectly mirroring it with their eyes closed. And he does it for maybe 10, 15 seconds.
Right.
And it's both arms at the same time. One arm.
Right.
Bouncing back and forth. And then he goes, all right, guys, give them a round of applause. And he comes and sits back down. And I was like, holy shit. And then he turns to me. He's like, what happened? What was that? And I'm laughing, shut up, watching the show still. And he goes, I'm a different person. And I'm like, dude, I'm cracking up. Dude, it's just, I thought he was just impressed by the trick.
Right.
And then he's just like, Zack. And I'm
Get
like,
me
shut
out of here.
up. And he goes, I'm forever changed. And I'm like, dude, it wasn't that impressive,
Right.
you know? Like, it was cool. But it took like all night of him explaining to me, like, no, something happened. I don't remember that show. And that's kind of
That's
disturbing.
crazy.
And what was interesting was
Have you talked to him
at
the day after?
Oh, yeah, he stayed with me the whole weekend.
He's normal. He's the
Yeah.
same guy.
He was irritated that I kept saying Jesse thinks he was hypnotized. And Jesse goes, I don't think. I was hypnotized.
I don't like that.
But what was weird is early in the night, he did make a reference to hypnosis. And he was like, did you ever do like safe and sober grad night? And they had like a magician come and hypnotize people. I go, yeah, it didn't work on me. But it worked on like some of the other students. It was pretty funny. And he goes, yeah, they had me sitting up there and it's like, this doesn't work on me. And then he got hypnotized, like coincidentally. But you know what sucks is it's a place of deceit.
Yeah.
And that's tough. I was like hanging onto my wallet every 3 seconds.
Oh, right.
He,
Just
he,
like your watch is gone.
he felt like Kaylee, who got us in, was
Part of it.
part of getting us tricked.
Yeah.
And
Which is funny.
I told him, how do you know I'm not? And then he was like, holy shit. Like everything, it's just like a fucking, what do they call it? A hall of mirrors?
Yeah.
It just felt like that all night where someone be like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm
Be
like,
like, get the. Yeah.
you know who was there was Remy Malik.
Oh, yeah.
And there's not like a lot of people there.
And he was just hanging out?
just hanging out with like with like a friend of his and a girl. One of them grabbed my butt,
okay.
but they swore it was on accident. I'm saying the suit was The suit was suiting. So they did apologize. And
What do you mean, grabbed it or just grazed it?
yeah, it was like fully in, like, yeah, like a touch or a grab. I was hypnotized, maybe. But I saw Remy Malik. I'm like, you're not Remy. I like pulled at his face a little bit.
Like Mission Impossible mask. You're not Rami Malek.
I'm like grabbing his pronounced jaw. I'm like,
Yeah.
get it. Everyone has a
Who
jaw
are you
like
for
this.
real?
But I felt weird because it's like we both look like we could be cousins.
Right.
So every time I was near him, he would kind of like disappear.
He'd be like, I don't like this.
I don't want to be near this guy.
Yeah, I wonder is Rami Malek North African?
We were in
Has he got
I
something
think
going
he
on?
is. I think he's Egyptian or something.
Okay.
We were in a couple of the magic things together.
That's cool. Did you get to talk to him?
No, I didn't talk to him. Jesse went out to smoke a cigarette, and you have to smoke outside in this like room of plants. Like they basically don't want anyone to even see smoking cigarettes, which is weird. Feels very magician to smoke. Mm-hmm. But anyway, he was smoking in this tiny little like confinement, and Remy was like smoking there and like immediately turned away. So I think he just didn't want to be talked to.
He seems like he'd be awkward anyway.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't love.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I don't want to know you either. Don't you worry.
That's fun, man. I want to go to the Magic Castle.
You should go. I highly recommend it to everyone. It's such a cool place.
Yeah.
It's just like floors and levels and like bars at every turn and like little
long were
magic
you there?
shows going on. So we went at like 7 and we didn't leave until after last call.
Dang. So you just keep going to different rooms.
And go hang at the bar for a little bit and then open your pamphlet and be like, oh, there's a show going on in this room.
That's awesome.
So we went and checked out like everything. It's funny. I talked to Emily from Comedy Store and I was like, I'll probably go there and then we'll show up to the Comedy Store in our suits. And she was like, if you show up here after going to the Magic, you fucked up.
Yeah,
you
right.
go there and you go there all night.
Yeah.
Go to every cave.
Yeah.
There's caves, there's tunnels, and in the back there's a show happening.
There's caves?
Yeah, it's like it feels like an underground tunnel.
Weird.
And it's like almost like a wine cellar. It's like caged
That's
and
cool.
dark. We were in one of those rooms with Remy Malik and his girlfriend. And at the end of the night, one magician who really knew like Kaylee well, like wanted to show us his newest trick. And it involved a lot of shuffling with a quarter of a deck, and he kept picking me. And I'm like, I can't. I'm like shaky hand, and I can't shuffle with like 12 cards, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah, highly recommend the Magic Castle. And I went to Yamashiro right before, and it's a Japanese garden restaurant cocktail place, and it overlooks the Hall of LA.
What a fancy weekend
I had a fancy boy weekend.
I didn't have quite the weekend you had.
What'd you do?
I did SF Sketchfest.
Oh, that's right.
Which is a great comedy festival in San Francisco, one we've been a part of for years, but wasn't that great this year for me personally.
Why?
Just, I think the festival kind of it wasn't terrible. It was just, I think the festival's hurting a little bit. They missed 2 years because of COVID. And
Yeah.
just like a lot of venues are closing. Anyways, I did a Piano Fight, which is their last weekend. They're going out of business.
Oh my God.
And so on Thursday, the first night I get up there, I'm hosting for like a lot of time, because Sketchfest isn't just stand-up. In fact, it's mostly not stand-up.
Right.
So it's like a lot of improv, sketch,
Live podcasts,
interviews,
Yeah.
one-on-ones, movie like reunions,
Table
that kind of
reads,
stuff,
yeah.
all kinds of stuff. And so I'm hosting for 2 acts. One's a one-man show, and then and then an improv troupe.
Okay.
And so I get to the theater. There's no mic on stage, And so I go, I just like, whatever. It's an improv show in my head. I'll just do my act with no mic. I've done it before. It's not ideal for stand-up, but whatever. So I go out there and just yell at these people for 10 minutes. Because, like, even though we've done stand-up without a mic, you don't really know how loud to be. It's like, I want everyone to hear me. It's not a huge room. There's only like 40 people in the audience.
Yep.
So I just yell at these people for 10 minutes, and then I introduce this guy for a one-man show, and he just grabs the microphone, which was like
so
right
funny.
behind the curtain. I walked right past it, but you know how like it's dark, and then they turn the lights on,
and they're like, "Give it up for Torio Van Grol," so you just walk out.
I just walk out there, do it. He just walks out with a microphone.
How do you know they didn't realize they needed one and like maybe put one together?
Because there were like 3 of them.
Oh, God.
There were like 3 of them right there, stage left.
There's one that just
right
says
behind the curtain.
Torio.
Yeah, probably. And I'm just like, okay. So then in between acts, I was like, sorry, I yelled at you. I didn't know.
Oh, that's because you hosted it.
I had to host it. Then I brought up the improv. And then I was like, do you guys want mic? What? Am I supposed to set this up? And they're like, no mics for us. But I thought that was just the funniest thing.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
My last and only performance on Sketchfest was opening for 2 improv troupes in a theater, and I saw the stage and I was like, cool. And I'm like, and do I just keep the mic? And the sound guy was kind of like, yeah, just whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. And then they're like, give it up for Zack Chapaloni. And I come out the opposite. I'm like, all right, oh no. You just look around the stage, there's nothing. I'm like, that's okay. We're okay.
Yeah, I thought I was great because I was like, I know to look out there. Oh, there's no mic. Mentally prep for that.
Yeah.
We were both wrong.
You're just doing projecting exercises. They're like, sir, if you could just not scream.
Yeah. It was a mess.
So they're like, and I'm just like, you want an avocado? And they're like, yes. I can't even pretend to
start
scream.
Going into that poetry thing. You want an avocado or avocado? Yeah, it was fun. You got to go up and see a lot of old friends from San Francisco.
Yeah. How's the old haunt?
It's up there, man. Still there. Well, everyone's going out of business.
Yeah.
The clubs are okay. But it does feel like San Francisco hasn't like...
I more specifically just meant the scene
the
haunt. Not like a specific
Everyone moved.
venue.
A lot of people moved.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of the people I saw there, it was like, could have just seen you in L.A.
Were there like people you don't know?
No, I think I knew everyone. A couple people on my show. Well, I didn't know the improv people.
Right.
But they have a different energy. They don't have, they're all warming up. Improv warming up's weird.
Oh, it's so weird.
What do you do? Run me through what you do.
Zip, zap, zop. You
Which
count
is
your
what?
hands and you like do your feet and shake it all about. Hey! It's very cheesy, acty stuff.
It's rough to be around.
It's tough to be around. Having to do it was maybe my least favorite thing about improv. But...
It's necessary.
It is so crucial because it does an amazing job of just like eliminating any like inhibitions we naturally like retain. Where you're like, I don't want to, I'm not ready to overact. Like especially your stand up, like you play it very close with the exception of like a couple bits.
Right.
And so like if you went into comedy with that energy, improv's like, we got to get you out of that. Mm-hmm. You can come back to that when you want.
Right.
But you need to also be living as comfortably.
The improv troupe that I opened for, there was some knowing instead of yes-anding. And I was like, oh.
Sometimes you don't just say yes and.
Right.
Like sometimes you can say
no.
no and it is a yes and. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you're making the scene make sense, I guess.
Yeah, you identify like...
They had 9 people. Have you ever done it with that many people? It seemed like a lot.
because classes are big and your class show is
It seemed like maybe... they were good, but it just seemed like maybe too many.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know like when to jump in when there's 9 people.
Right.
I'd be like, okay, I'm going in. Oh, wait, someone else,
When there's 9, though, you feel like we better not be relying on someone who doesn't know. You know what I mean? Like... Sometimes you're like, I don't have anything for this right now. And there's 9 of you. It's like...
Someone better.
This moment of silence should never exist.
Yeah, right.
But you can always just go, edit. And
I don't think they ever did that.
No, they didn't. Did they swipe? Or they run around in front?
Maybe. I don't know. I was in the back.
Did someone like call someone a name they shouldn't have?
It got very racist towards the middle.
If it gets racist, we all do a thing where someone puts a
We
finger on their
shame
nose
them?
and we turn to the audience and we go, and this is a scene that needs to be talked about. So we just pivot to PSA mode. You know?
That's a good way to save you from getting canceled.
Yeah. I'd be like, we weren't ready for you to join the scene, Linda, you fucking cunt. And then everyone's like, oh my God. And I go, and that's why we need to talk about workplace equality. It's a fun improv game.
I got told I guess it's a would you rather today. That I thought was interesting.
I'm all ears.
This is Nicole Amy Shriver said she asked people this for like personality.
Like a test?
Like a test.
Okay.
So you have a dog, a loyal dog.
Whichever one involves me lying down the most. Whenever I want.
I think for this both work.
Okay.
So this one is you have a dog a loyal dog that's gotten old.
Okay.
And it's sick and you're at the vet and the vet gives you these two options. He can give it a pill. These are the only two options. There's no third option.
Okay.
It's going to give it a pill and it's going to make it completely healthy for 1 year. But 1 year from today, it'll die.
Okay.
And it'll live its normal life with you for 1 more year. But you'll know when it's going to die. Or he gives it a shot and or another pill. It doesn't matter. And for 24 hours, it can communicate with you. It can speak English, but it dies at the end of the 24 hours. So you can have kind of like a post-mortem with it. Go through its... Yeah.
That is so heavy, dude.
It was easy for me to answer, but I want to hear yours.
Well, first of all, in mine, the vet's a woman.
Of course, the vet is absolute. That's clear.
Okay. Second of all,
Now, is it a BIPOC woman?
it is.
Okay, good.
Yes. Because the white male vet was out on vacation with his family of 6.
You can't decide when your dog gets sick. It just happens.
Yeah. Dr. Garber was who we wanted. That's Scout's vet. Scout. Mm-hmm. Calling my dog Scout.
My parents' last dog was named Scout.
Really?
Now, boy or girl?
Scout is non-binary.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, Scout's got a weird penis situation that it cost us too much.
So you're non-binary Scout.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to picture life after the moment that Scout and I head out. And they're like, what is going on? And I'm like, we talk about stuff. We go have fun.
Yeah.
And then there's just a moment in the day where I'm going to be like, look, Scout.
Now, is this the one you're picking?
I'm just trying to play out
both scenarios.
Talking Scout. Okay. And Talking Scout, like, dude, the park was lit. You let me eat a little chocolate, which I feel like you never do. So that was chill. I'm starting to really I'm sick, but I'm happy.
Why can I talk?
Yeah, I don't know why that drug worked.
So your biggest concern is that at the end of the day, you have to break the news to Scout.
I wonder if I do.
You don't have to.
I guess I don't. I just feel like I'd be looking at him and Scout would be like, what, you're making a face? And I'm like, I'm not making a face. And he goes, just tell me what. And I go, you're going to die today.
In 3 more hours.
Yeah.
Interesting, because that was...
He's like, I thought I died right before I started talking. I thought this is death.
What's death?
There's another
you have
part?
to explain death to a dog.
Yeah.
You're like, that's right, you're not very smart, are you?
Well, I guess in my denomination, death is where dogs and people live in harmony, and there's no shortage of anything.
Okay,
And chocolate won't make you sick.
I've heard... So this is heaven. I've heard you talk about heaven. I'm not
Yeah.
I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you hear me talk about heaven all the time.
that's all you talk about.
What am I thinking? You know what heaven
I've
is.
seen movies that you watch.
Right.
I listen a little bit
All
here and
dogs
there.
go to heaven.
Yeah, all
We
dogs.
watched that a
I'll
few
go to
times
heaven.
today.
That's cool. But it's just why do I have to die?
I guess because
If I just had 1 more year, with you,
Yeah.
that's the only wish I'd have.
you're talking straight up Gregorian calendar year.
Yeah, if I could just have 1
Or
more
a dog
calendar
year.
year with you, just to play fetch for 1 more year.
So what you're trying to say is you wish you had 7 more years.
in dog time, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You don't measure.
That'd be my
dog time.
dream, but
Right.
obviously I can't do that because
You're getting I don't know, a good chunk of a dog year
Well, it's not. I mean, not really. 'Cause
It's a
you
chunk.
said I just have a few more hours.
Yeah, it's a full day.
Yeah.
Human day.
And it's been a great day.
Not a dog day.
It's been a great day. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird that, so you knew I only had a day to live.
Yeah.
And yet you went and saw a movie by yourself, which was an odd
I
choice.
just forgot I got the ticket, and so you have to give them a heads up if you're going to cancel.
Yeah, that was
But
you saw Babylon.
we had to deal with your thing, and
which
I
was
didn't complain
over
once.
3 hours, and we didn't even get great reviews.
Well, I disagree. I'm a huge Damien Chazelle stan.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been
I mean,
working
that's
Stan
fine.
in before
That's
you died. Should I keep Stan?
I don't care anymore, I guess. So I just
Hey, look at it this way. We got to communicate.
that's cool. Yeah.
You know how I feel about stuff. You know why things happen now. Like, remember, sometimes I'd close the door and you'd be like, he's never coming back. Yeah. I got to say, I'm watching Babylon. Runtime's 3 hours.
Okay.
Traffic permitting. I'll be back in about 4.
Yeah.
Because I
Okay.
picked the wrong theater, right?
Right. Okay. All right.
So, like, you don't have to scratch at the door, which is nice. Like, you're not living in a hellscape
Yeah.
where every time that door closes, I'm gone. Mm-hmm. That's your life forever. Forever's nothing you'll have to worry about.
Why did you tell everyone I was non-binary?
I thought that was where you were swinging.
No, I was just. I mean, I just kind of just went. I mean, I wasn't super sexual ever since you cut my nuts off, but
Right.
like, I was just kind of
that.
a dude.
Yeah.
Just a dude with a dick hanging out.
Well, the dick, so we did that. You went under, we attached it because we thought you were.
You added.
So
the
I
dick.
put a boy toy and a girl toy, which in hindsight I realized
I don't have a great memory.
there's no such thing.
Yeah.
But I had said, which one do you like more?
And I picked the blue one.
The blue one.
Now, did they both have squeakers? Just the blue one.
Just the
Because
blue
that's
one.
probably it. That's
Is
you know
it
me.
squeaking?
Yeah,
It's
I'm a
squeaks that
squeak
you go
guy.
for. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my bad. But
Yeah,
you
that's
like
all right.
you said you didn't hate the dick. The dick was cool.
No, it was fine.
It was fine.
Yeah.
All dicks are fine. No dicks are that thrilling. So you're right. You're on par. That all checks out. Here's my question.
So you're picking, just to go back out of the story, I'm not talking about it. You are picking the 24-hour talking dog scenario, or you're just playing this out to the end before you decide.
Here's what I'm trying to figure out is, and I should have asked for clarification in the beginning. The other pill, he feels great for a year.
He just gets to live for one more year as is, yeah.
Great. You
Yeah,
said-
feeling good, feeling healthy, I think.
This one, he just gets to communicate. So
Well, he
he's
gets to
just
feel
like,
good for a day.
"Ow!"
No, he gets to feel good for a day.
Okay, he feels good.
Yeah. He's having one last 24 hours with you, or 20 hours in this instance.
I would do the talking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would, just because, like, think about how many, like, scientific, like, revelations we would get to by communicating with the other species. But it would,
So it's an altruistic thing for you.
it's for the greater good.
Yeah.
I guess I don't love dogs like other people do.
Yeah.
Also, science would probably pay me handsomely
Okay,
for my findings.
So you're just trying to make a buck.
I'm paycheck to paycheck, man. You know how expensive that dog. You know how expensive that pill was.
I'm
never gonna pay that pill off.
I picked, and she said this was never been told, the reason why. And I don't know about yours, the reason. I have a feeling if I were to tell her you picked because you're afraid to break the news to him at the end of the day, that's a pretty funny take. I don't know. That seems pretty unique.
It would just be weird where I'm pouring tea and it's like the end of the night. I'm like, you're gonna die. And he's sitting on the couch watching TV. He's like, what?
I knew today was weird. But I picked live for a year because I'm kind of thinking like, what would he want? Probably to live for a year. But also more the talking thing. I don't want to find out he's hated me
Right.
for his whole life.
Right.
If he's just like, hey, you're a little bitch. dude.
Yeah.
You don't even throw the ball right.
Right.
Or like, I don't like you. I'm a prisoner.
Yeah.
I hate my life.
Yeah.
That would devastate me.
Right.
And I was like, I can't. I already hate myself enough. I can't have the dog I love.
The
hating
dog that
me
you
too.
loved. Well, then you'd be
Yeah.
ready for it to go.
And then I'd be like, great, one more year with this. Oh no, it'd be 24 hours. You're
24
right.
hours. My dog's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, there's Zacky Weird Nips. I'd be like, Zacky Weird Nips? Oh, dude, I'm so ready for you to be dead.
Or what if you find out he's just like kind of racist? I mean, they're dumb. They're uneducated.
If he's kind of
Dumb
racist,
animals.
I'll be like, he's from a different dog time.
He's from a different dog time.
Yeah, that dog era was,
was
7
different.
times
It's different.
our eras.
Yeah.
You know?
All right.
Yeah, if he's like German Shepherd and like super racist
You wouldn't be a
Nazi,
German Shepherd.
I'd be
I'm not
terrible.
going to buy a cop dog. No thanks.
If it's a German Shepherd, I wouldn't want it to talk.
No, because it's going to snitch.
Yeah. And a Chihuahua is just going to start shit with everyone. Those things are mean.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So it depends on the dog.
It always depends on the dog, but for generally speaking, you're thinking 24 hours talking dog.
Yeah. It would trip me the fuck out.
But then after 20, but then your dog's gone.
Does it talk like Brian, or does it have like a mouth that like is like just very hindered? So it's like
it's just learning how to talk.
Is it dinner yet? And I'm like, oh my god, it's not dinner yet, is it?
That's the other thing. What if it talks to you and it just like food?
Yeah.
More food. I die soon. That's fine. Food.
Yeah. Right. Ball.
Just Brian Regan.
Yeah.
I want to go to bed now.
Yeah.
Like, but you're gonna die. I don't care.
Can we watch something else, maybe?
I love you so much. I'm gonna bite you now, okay?
Feel like we could maybe pass on 90 Day Fiance for my last night on this earth. Watch something with an active writer's room.
Can I just watch you guys bang one more time?
I don't do nothing because I don't want it to stop.
It makes where my ball sack is feel something.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to know why I lift my leg when I pee?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll refill that snack bowl and let's see what happens.
All right, I think we learned a lot about each other's personalities.
I'm a smart boy.
You're a good boy, for sure. I don't know about smart.
I'm not a good boy.
What'd you do?
I've done things.
Do you want to take it to the grave? I think it's probably best you just take it to the grave.
we're right there. I mean, we're right there. Just going to hang on to this for a few more hours. I worry that, like...
Keep going. We're going to keep going.
Oh, I thought you were done. I
thought we were done.
I'm not going to get in shape.
I know.
You know why?
Why?
I love my wife.
That's right.
You see a couple...
Everyone loves your wife.
You see a couple, and, like, one of them's getting really, like, committed to working out.
Uh-huh.
They're getting ready to leave.
They're
getting ready to see their options. I'm not doing that to her. I want when people see me with my shirt off at the beach, they're like, that fool's in love.
That's a stand-up joke you wrote?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Thank you, man.
I can't wait.
Thanks, guys. Banger City.
Banger.